Hey Libra, how you doing? Welcome to the Crow Tarot. We're going to be doing your second half of May general reading here. I'm going to start off with some animal energy, but of course, and then go right into the tarot. All right. What is the animal energy for Libra half of May? Oh gosh, this is so good. Okay. So you got the elephant. So let's just talk about this for a second. There are two animals in this animal deck that when they show up, they're like the two most auspicious, wonderful, happy, fortuitous animals that can pop up. One is the buffalo, the other one is the elephant, and I love it. You know what? Let's talk about this elephant here. So the elephant is about abundance and always having what you need. However, and the elephant is also represents a path maker, right? And what does that mean? Any obstacles that may be on your path, whether they be internal, external, both, whether they're people around you or job that you're in, whatever that is, even negative self-talk, whatever that is, the elephant this energy wants you to align with your highest and best good and your highest and best destiny. Now, remember, we have a lot of different paths, right? It's all written in pencil. There are certain points that are marked down with pen in terms of, as they align with our soul purpose and why we're here. But a lot of that stuff is in pencil. There's so many different paths that line up to kind of get us to a similar station. But the way getting there is all in pencil. So the elephant energy will come through and literally bulldoze anything that shows up in your path that is going to keep you from your best way forward. Okay? The elephant insists on only the highest and best good for you, right? So sometimes this can be bulldozing things around you that are really not in your highest and best good, that are extraneous or unnecessary to you achieving what you want in terms of your soul purpose, right? But this is beautiful because nothing gets in the way of the elephant. It'll just bulldoze right through anything that isn't working for you. The elephant energy always has your highest and best in mind. In focus, right? That's the elephant's objective. I love it. Okay. Starting off strong. All right. Let's see what else is going on for y'all. Going on. Just flew out. The Emperor. Yes, let's talk about the Emperor. So listen, this can be some rigidity, which may be speaking to the elephant needing to bulldoze over some things or remove obstacles from your life. The Emperor, like I said, it can be some black and white thinking, but this is also major boss energy, right? The Emperor knows how to delegate because the Emperor works really hard, right? But then he knows how to sit on his throne and then just look out over his kingdom and everything that he's accomplished and just appreciate it. Right? He's got a little glass of brandy there he's sipping on. Right? Just like mad chillin' after the work has been done. But this kind of energy, it doesn't exactly allow for flexibility here, but it is a very sturdy energy, right? The Emperor is not swayable. It's just not swayable, right? It's sturdy and strong, and it is a good foundation. So, major energy coming up here for y'all. The elephant and then the Emperor. Okay, what's going on? 10 of Wands. Wow, this isn't lining up. Okay, so the 10 of Wands is, it's a very concerted effort. It's kind of like the end of things before you go on and repeat the cycle, and then you move to the Ace of Wands again, which is that initial burst of fervor, energy, direction, passion, desire. Because the Wands, do rule passion, desire, what we want, right? So 10 of Wands is that final push, that final effort, but this is also somewhat of a burden, isn't it? Look at this crow trying to carry all these wands, right? It is that feeling of like, wow, this can also denote just movement, final movement, moving from one place to another, whether that's physically or mentally, or there's like this energy of I'm just going to keep going down this path, even though I'm really dog tired, which is also lining up with the Emperor. But I want to point this out because, I'm getting the feeling that you may be holding on with this 10 of Wands a few wands that are extraneous and not necessary. You could be taking on other people's burdens, or burdens that you have that you feel obligated towards that you don't necessarily need to feel obligated towards. And the elephant's coming in here to say, drop a few of them wands. You'll have a much better time, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. And more wands. So listen, this is the Six of Wands. This is so brilliant. I love it when it reads like a storyboard. So Six of Wands is victory in a way that other people can see. So that's why we say about this key that it's, it can be like a public victory or you getting noticed or seen a lot. This is a victory. It can be, a couple different things. This can be a victory that happens internally. You make some internal changes. You make some choices to weed out what is no longer working in your atmosphere. I keep hearing obligation. You might want to take a second, third, and fourth look at anything that you would label as an obligation in your life. Why is it an obligation? Does it need to be? Or can it be, removed from the board here? Is it one of these wands that you can maybe set down, right? Or this can be victory that, manifests itself externally, right? You make some changes, you get a new job, you move somewhere different. This is very much about change, I have to tell you. And then you feel it internally. You're just feeling like, like a king, like an emperor, right? Yeah, I feel like they're going to be, I really feel like you're being asked to release what is no longer in your highest and best good. If there is anything or anyone around you that you feel really obligated towards, you just might want to take a second look at that. Because whenever we do something out of obligation, like just for an example, let's say you have, a family member that relies on you heavily, or a friend or whatever have you, right? They rely on you heavily. And you're giving and giving and giving, but it's out of a place of obligation. You're not truly giving them anything if it's coming from a place of obligation. You're giving them the sail or the flag at half mast, right? So wouldn't it be better to just kind of remove yourself from that particular line of obligation, shift it, and maybe let them, right, be their own source of comfort, independence, whatever that is? Because for you right now, you're really being asked to do what is working for you in alignment with what you are. And a huge indicator of that is like how you feel about what you're doing. When someone calls you, are you picking up the phone, just as an example, because you really want to talk to them or because you feel obligated? There's this whole thing around obligation and extraneous factors here that are asking you to kind of cut away so that you can have an easier time getting where you're going to the Six of Wands. Let's get a clarifier for this Emperor here. Gorge. So, yeah, we got a Knight of Pentacles here. So we know that this is the slowest moving knight in the deck, right? Hold on, I need some coffee. So this is the slowest moving knight in the deck. So the fact that it's paired up with the Emperor, I really feel like you are being called to take stock. But you also be being called, because look at it. The elephant, for the most part, is a slow moving animal energy. So there's this element here of moving slowly. The Emperor's mad chillin'. He's not rushing to do anything. He delegates the rush work to others that work for him. You know what I mean? So there's this element here of like really taking your time to discern, really looking at your life, excuse me, from a standpoint of plenty. And what do you really need? What really adds to your day-to-day or your experience, right? There's a need for editing. Loving editing, of course. Let's get a clarifier for this Wands here, though. King of Pentacles. Guess what? This is lining up so beautifully, guys. So the King of Pentacles chases nothing. He doesn't go after anything. Again, you have slow-moving energy here. He's actually kind of similar to the Emperor, a little more chill than the Emperor. But the King of Pentacles is about appreciating all of his bounty and the work that's already been done and being in a place of receptivity, right? I love it. He's accepting donations, but he's not getting after anything. And I'm really hearing, what can you release in your life and set down as a part of this load to where you can get into a place of receptivity and click into the natural abundance that is yours? Because there's this energy here. If you guys are watching this and you've been going, or doing a lot of things, like I said, out of obligation, or you have a lot of have-tos in your life, you're really being called to really take a closer look at that. right? Take a closer look at that, because this is really all about being in a place of like acknowledging the work and the success and the progress that you have done and made thus far, and really taking stock of what you want your reality to be moving forward into the Six of Wands. So let's get a clarifier for the Six of And here it is. Six of Cups. So you got a Six of Cups for the Six of Wands. 6 being the number of love, right? So this is absolutely really beautiful, actually. And these are counter energies as I see them, meaning the Emperor and the Six of Cups here. The Six of Cups is straight nostalgia, right? This is childhood. In the traditional deck, this is a little boy handing a cup with a flower in it to a little girl. Okay, it's very, very sweet. So, ooh, yeah, cool. I swear it's never clicked with this card like that before. Interesting. So I'm hearing to get back to your roots. Get back to your roots, meaning, what did you do when you were younger, whatever age that is for you? Could be childhood or just, some years ago when you were younger, right? What did you do when you were younger that really where you looked up and 5 hours had passed? That really, because this is the opposite of obligation. This is doing things for the pleasure of it. And you guys, I feel like you guys are being called to click into your pleasure and spend more time doing things that actually bring you joy and fulfillment. And the elephant is here to say it's yours, but you're going to have to release some things in order to get the time to get into this atmosphere, right? This is young, innocent love and just happiness, really. So you're going to have success around, I feel like if you harken back to what you used to love or what you used to really love doing, even if that's a hobby or a dream, career, whatever that is, really notice that. Take a good hard look at it, right? If when you were a kid, you loved writing, for example, you used to write stories, just for an example, because wands do rule passion, desire, creativity, right? And you stopped writing just because, well, I'm not going to make any money at it. I have to do this. I have to go over here. I have a, air quote, real job. You're being called to really look at that and spend more time in pleasure outside of obligation. And the elephant is saying, this is a huge clue and a way in for you. Because when you spend unabashed time just doing what you love without setting a clock or looking at your watch about it, and you just let yourself be in that vortex energy, that's going to get you to a place of being an abundance and manifestation magnet. It's right here. I'm seeing this image of someone like walking down the street and the universe is literally trying to put all of these wonderful people, situations, good luck moments in their path, but they've got their head down on their phone doing this and this and that, right? I'm hearing to take a moment, take several breaths and really just insist, at least for this time, right? This end of to really check your motives around things, really check your objectives, right? These obligations or these to-dos that you have, how are they making you feel? How are they making you feel? Do they raise your vibration or do they lower it? That's what the elephant is asking. And anything that doesn't raise your vibration, right? Let it go. Let the elephant just bulldoze right through it, okay? That's what I'm getting for y'all. Let's get an oracle card. Yeah, look at this one. Oracle card for y'all. That's really weird. Okay. So this never happens. Sometimes I'll split the deck and then like the card that's for you is right there. I'm going to get one more, but this one is just like staring at me and I'm like, oh, well that's, wow. Let's get one more. Perfect. Okay, bros. So this is the one that was staring at me. It says, clear your space. I was like, oh God, really? Clear your space. Archangel Jophiel. Get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. Okay. So I feel like what this is saying, you could take that literally if that applies for you, maybe some little bit of late spring cleaning here, but this is clear the energy around you, get rid of clutter. This is saying let go of those obligations and anything that isn't raising your vibration at this time, right? Doesn't she look like she's just completely blissed out? Look, she's not holding on to anything. She's not carrying anything. And I just heard you can't receive anything if your hands aren't open, right? If you're just like this, right? And get into that place of receiving. Because the buffalo, I'm telling you, when this comes up, good fortune and good luck is sure to follow, right? Don't miss it. Keep your head up. Remember when I said that I saw, the meditation, the person looking down at their phone? This queen's looking up like, yes, I receive and I surrender. Now, oh gosh, is it the same? Oh God, it's the same angel. I'm obsessed. Jophiel coming up for you hard here. Okay, so outdoors, Archangel Jophiel. Go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. This is exactly what I was freaking talking about with the Six of Wands and the Six of Cups. And guess what this is? Outdoors is also about keeping your head up and being in a place of receptivity and just letting time fly by. We've got nature here beautifully depicted in the Six of Cups key as well. This is beautiful. And you know what? It also feels like you're being given an opportunity, but in order to receive it and not, miss it, air quote, because that's the thing, we're offered opportunities all of the time. All of the time. You can't even imagine how many of those that we miss if we're not looking up and in a place of receptivity. I'm telling you, meditation, or at least active meditation, like walking outside and just listening to music and just putting your phone on do not disturb, right? I am telling you, this is going to be extra beneficial and helpful to you at this time so that you can be wide awake and open to these opportunities that are being presented to you so that you can pick them up and run with them. And I do feel like that in order to receive anything new with open hands, open arms, there are a few things that need to be culled from your current situation and atmosphere. That's what it is. Okay, you know what? I'm hearing to get one more. Let's do it. Let's go from the Goddess Guidance deck. I've been so obsessed with this deck lately. So let's get one more for y'all. I'm hearing that song, Open Arms. I have no idea who it's by, but that's what I'm hearing. Open Arms. Yep. Okay. I just got shivered. Okay. Irene. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I should know how to pronounce that because I believe it's Gaelic. But anyway, Irene. Peace. There's no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. This is exactly the message of the elephant. Everything is working out beautifully. But sometimes on this road to peace and your best path forward, something's got to be removed so that you have room for the new. And that's just what it is. Interesting. Do you see this? Do you see how she's got some corn husks here and then some beautiful grapes? I feel like that's really relevant for you guys. It's like this bounty is coming up here. Let's just talk about her for a second. See how she's holding on to this baby, right? Wrapped in purple, which is also, right? Crown chakra, intuition, and then the grapes are purple. This is a bounty. This is a harvest that's reaped, right? And it's yours to reap is what I'm getting here, right? And then we've got the water with the nature coming in here too. All of this stuff, I'm telling you, the elephant does not come up unless you're about to have some serious good luck, right? You can miss it, though, if you're not open and receptive and if you're bogged down in obligations and have-to-dos and in that emperor energy of like, got to get her done, right? Got to get her done. Take your time with this, be open and receptive, and, just declare time for yourself. Declare time for yourself. Give the same time to yourself that you give to others so freely and so willingly. That's what you're being called to do right now. You got to refill your own cup before you can offer it to anyone else anyway. And when Ten of Wands comes up, it's like, your cup's a little empty, baby. You need to refill it through nature, meditation, drawing, writing, reading, whatever that is that you did as a child that just made you really happy. Heck, even if it's, playing video games, whatever that is for you that gets you into that vortex energy, it's different for everybody. Okay? All right, darlings, this was your second half of May general reading. I so hope that this was of help to you and resonated. If it was and it did, please let me know in the comments below. I would just love that. And just thank y'all so much for being here. But most of all, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.